Sharpedo, a Pokemon rarely captured on film due to its speed and savagery. Nicknamed the Bully of the Sea, it is clear to anyone who has watched this ferocious beast annihilate its prey why it has this reputation.
Hey, Maple.
Ah! Sheesh! Spurs, you scared me!
Yeah, I usually have that effect on people. I totally feel for Sharpedo.
Well, you're both 5'11".
I'm 6 foot if you include my hair. Anywho, how's the documentary coming along?
It's going to be the piece de resistance.
You know I don't speak French. What's happening?
Sharpedo Week. And this one is going to be the best Sharpedo Week ever.
I'm excited, but also frightened.
I have that effect on people. I totally feel for Sharpedo.
Hi, I'm Spruce.
And I'm Maple. Welcome to Beyond the Pokédex, where we talk about what makes each Pokemon unique from 1 to 1000 and beyond. Today, we're talking about number 319, Sharpedo, a Pokemon that has a special skin that helps it swim over 75 miles per hour.
If you have a need for speed, it's a ride Pokemon in the Alola region. Or surf with Sharpedo in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Pokemon Alpha Sapphire.
While it might like to keep its trainer afloat, Sharpedo has been known to shred and sink super tankers with its sick fangs.
And should it lose a precious fang, it will regenerate immediately. And if all that isn't fierce enough, Sharpedo can Mega Evolve. Check it out. Mega Sharpedo on average can grow to over 8 feet tall and weigh over 280 pounds. It also remains a water and dark type Pokemon.
It's already vicious before it Mega Evolves, but this evolution makes it a total beast. The minute Mega Sharpedo charges at a foe, spikes pop out of its head.
And just like its fangs, it can instantly replace any of the spikes that might break off in battle.
Speaking of battle, those yellow markings on its head are scars from its long history of combat. The brutal Pokemon is sure
Wait,
to...
the brutal Pokemon? Isn't that Hydreigon? I thought we were talking about Sharpedo.
Yeah, they're both brutal Pokemon. Go with it. Sharpedo earned its name, so I wouldn't question it if I were you.
Fair enough.
However, if you want to talk about similarities, Sharpedo is considered to be Camerup's counterpart.
Really? Why is that?
They're both dual types, both evolutionary lines have identical base stat totals at each stage, and both Camerupt and Sharpedo can Mega Evolve.
Oh, right. And Team Aqua leader Archie trained Sharpedo while Team Magma leader Maxie had Camerupt.
Not the fairest fight for that epic showdown.
Speaking of showdowns, if you were lucky enough to attend the 2015 Video Game World Championships in Boston, you received a special Sharpedo holding the Mega Stone Sharpedo Knight.
Was Sharpedo popular in the video game competitions?
Not as much in official tournaments, but you're sure to come across it when you're playing through the games. Many of the Hoenn region opponents train Sharpedo. In Pokemon Sapphire, Pokemon Emerald, and Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, Team Aqua leader Archie and members Aqua Admin Matt and Aqua Admin Shelly all have Sharpedo. And so does Sydney, the first boss of the Elite Four.
Sharpedo really made a splash.
Sure did. It was first introduced in Pokemon Ruby and Pokemon Sapphire. To get one, you'll need to catch a Carvana and train it to level 30. Then it will evolve into Sharpedo.
What kind of abilities does it gain once it's evolved into Sharpedo?
Its ability is Rough Skin, and its hidden ability is Speed Boost. Sharpedo's Speed Boost allows it to raise its speed at the end of each turn.
All that and it can Mega Evolve?
Yeah, starting in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, Mega Sharpedo has the ability Strongjaw, which boosts the damage of its bite-based attacks and multiplies their power 1.5 times. So look out for its chilling Ice Fang and Dastardly Crunch.
Crunch? Sounds like it turns its foes into a snack.
Snack.
Do you want a Sharpedo Week cookie? I bought them myself.
Maple, it looks like someone took a bite out of each one already.
Oh yeah, I added it for extra flair. I even wore fake fang teeth to make it look like a real Sharpedo bite.
Oh, I'm good.
Suit yourself.
So, back to the video games, I can tell you how you can get the most bang for your bite with Sharpedo.
What's your plan, man?
I first kick off the battle with Sharpedo using Protect to take advantage of its Speed Boost ability. Then I Mega Evolve Sharpedo, which increases its speed even further, plus gaining its new ability, Strongjaw.
Clever.
Has Sharpedo seen success in the Pokemon trading card game?
Well, it was most notably played by William Hung.
The William Hung? Did his strategy sting like a bee?
The very same. He used a deck with Sharpedo EX and finished in the top 32 at the 2005 World Championships.
Impressive. Sounds like he put everything he had into that.
He gave his best and has no regrets at all.
Words to live by, especially if he's got Sharpedo by his side.
Since its debut in the EX Ruby and Sapphire expansion in the Pokemon TCG, there have been over 20 Sharpedo cards.
Are they water type or darkness type?
Actually, both. So far, they're all water type or darkness type stage 1, except for the Sharpedo from the EX Holon Phantoms expansion.
It's a fighting type?
Ah, yeah. Also worth noting, Team Aqua Sharpedo is on a bunch of cards.
Sharpedo is a signature Pokemon of Team Aqua. In the video games, too.
Whoa!
Yeah, it's just a little something I've decided to whip up for Sharpedo Week. I call it the sound of Sharpedo. What do you think?
It sounds sharp.
I was inspired by Sharpedo's animated debut. Watch and learn. Sharpedo, Sharpedo!
I think you've got a hit.
That's the first time Ash sees Sharpedo. It's right as he's arriving in Hoenn, and surprisingly, it's a non-terrifying Sharpedo encounter.
Rare.
Yeah, the next time Ash and his pals see Sharpedo swimming, it's a quick rescue mission. Picture this. You arrive by boat at a beautiful remote island. The sun is sparkling over the waves. You jump in for a swim with your brother, and suddenly you're surrounded by dozens of Sharpedo.
Oh no.
That's exactly what happens to May and her brother Max in an episode aptly called Sharpedo Attack.
What do they do?
Luckily, a Wingull named Pico and Ash's pal Talo airlifts them out while Pikachu keeps them at bay with his tremendous Thunderbolt. If I had a nickel for every time a Wingull named Pico had to bail me out of a sticky situation.
How many nickels would you have?
0. I'd have 0 nickels.
Well, don't spend them all in one place.
In classic Pikachu form, after it zaps all the Sharpedo with Thunderbolt, they become friends later in the episode.
Aw, Pikachu makes friends with Sharpedo?
Yep, Team Rocket shows up and their Seviper poisons the leader of the Sharpedo. Brock, the upstanding Pokemon breeder he is, cares for the ailing Sharpedo, and boom, they're all buds.
And together they make Team Rocket blast off again?
You know it.
I love a happy ending.
But Sharpedo's other appearances in the animated series won't give you the warm fuzzies, especially when 4 Sharpedo show up with the Pokemon poacher Hunter Jay and her henchman and Pokemon Ranger in the kidnapped Riolu.
Yikes.
Or in Going for the Gold with Clement's invention, a Robo Chinchou doppelganger meant to lure Magikarp accidentally attracts several angry Sharpedo.
Oh, Clement and his wacky inventions.
In looking out for number 2, Ash and Go are deep underwater exploring a shipwreck, trying to find Seadra when a ferocious Sharpedo comes speeding up, jaws ready to chomp.
This is why I always avoid abandoned shipwrecks.
It seems like they're doomed, but Sharpedo accidentally swims into Go's Pokeball and poof, Go catches it.
That's one more down for Go, the guy who really wants to catch them all. So, does Mega Sharpedo ever swim up in the animated series?
No, but it is seen in Pokemon the movie Volcanion and the Mechanical Marvel. It's under the control of Levi and Shuri's Mega Wave. Luckily, Alva's Mega Wave crystal is destroyed and Sharpedo escapes back to its life of being a regular but still terrifying Sharpedo.
And if you didn't get your fill, there are plenty of terrifying Sharpedo to go around in the manga.
Where does Sharpedo appear in the manga? With Team Aqua?
We first see Sharpedo with Aqua admin Matt in Pokemon Adventures in the chapter L'Ombre Larceny. It's also seen twice with Archie. Once in Archie's aquarium in Stick This in Your Craw Crawdon, and again when Archie is revealed to have a second Sharpedo that can Mega Evolve, which also gives Mega Sharpedo its debut in the manga.
I knew it. Team Aqua staying on brand.
But there are a couple more Sharpedo appearances, including 2 notable Ride Sharpedo.
Oh man, I would love to go for a swim on Ride Sharpedo.
Definitely. But I wouldn't want to face a Sharpedo that suddenly Dynamaxes.
Oh wow. I wonder how big Sharpedo's fangs are when it Dynamaxes.
I'm not gonna measure them.
I think that's wise. I also wouldn't measure its fangs on Sharpedo Bluff. And that's just a big cliff that looks like Sharpedo. One more place to spot Sharpedo is in Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire. It's part of the Ruby field.
Does it shred the ball with its fangs?
Thankfully, no, but it will eat the ball and release it, and if 2 lights are lit, it'll start Ketchum mode.
It's here!
Wait, what's that?
Before we open it, let's put the trainers tuning in to the test. So far, there's 1 Sharpedo in the Pokemon trading card game that is not a water or darkness type. What type is it? Leave your answer in the comments below.
Thanks for tuning in to another entry of Beyond the Pokédex.
And remember, the Pokédex is only the beginning.
Can we open it now?
You bet.
What is it?
I was inspired by your song, but felt like it could use more cowbell.
Dang, you work fast.
Fast like Sharpedo.
Oh yeah, Sharpedo